This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Jay Shy here with another video, and it is another video of me kind of showing you guys my brand new webcomic slash manga that will be coming out as soon as I'm done with it. I've been working really hard on it. I'm already done with chapter 1. Chapter 1 is finished. I'm halfway through chapter 2 of the first volume. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. What this video is about is, so I remembered like a week and a half ago that someone left a message on one of my streams, and it was one of my streams where I was playing Killing Floor, and they asked me a question. I didn't really see it until I started editing the video, and they asked me, you know, hey, what's up with Shin Megami Tensei 5? You know, it's been a while, and it's weird because I didn't know how to answer that question because I don't work for Atlas. It would be cool to work for Atlas, but I don't. But I figured this would be a pretty cool video to like actually discuss, you know, like why it's taking so long. You guys already know why it's taking so long because video games take a long time. But with that being said, I think you guys also know that video games, sure, they take a long time, but RPGs take intensely longer. Those games, especially for, you know, the Atlas guys, they tend to really go into depth with their video games. And I kind of noticed that, you know, I knew for a fact that RPGs were going to take forever because I don't know if you guys remembered, but a couple of months ago I started releasing like screenshots of these characters that I was illustrating. And I asked you guys, I wonder if you guys can guess what this is. I'm working on a new project. Ha 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 ha. And I think one person was like, I bet that it has something to do with something that rhymes with Tensei and something that rhymes with the word hackers in it, or backers or something like that. And I was like, wow, this person knows me very well to not be like a person that I hang out with on a regular, but as a subscriber of mine. And they kind of figured it out. I was like, yes, you did kind of figure this out. And this was a while ago, but I actually took on the sole, you know, the stress of trying to make a video game. I was trying to make an RPG using RPG Maker. I don't remember which one it was, but it was the latest one. And I was using RPG Maker, and I actually did make a little bit of things here and there. And it was an SMT themed game, and it was called Hollow Hackers. And I had asked one of my buddies who was big into SMT, which some of you guys know, who is Jordan Alves. I asked him to help me write it and stuff like that, come up with some ideas, and I came up with a couple ideas and stuff like that. And I just got into this mode where I was like, you know, I want to make an SMT game that people would like, you know. And I started it, and I'm talking about, man, I was putting in work. And I remember one day, I put in so much work just to design like walking things and characters and implementing them within the game, and even figuring out how voice acting would work using my microphone and stuff like that. And I was like, man, this is hours and hours of work. And I remember one night my friends came over, and I was like, hey, I need a boss for the game. Let's make a boss. And I was like, all right, sure, let's make a boss. And I'm talking about building the boss, structuring how its parameters would work and stuff like that, and then coming up with the battle system and how we want it to work with the boss and stuff like that, and how is everything going to work. I think by the end of the night, I think we were working on the boss for about 6 hours. And well, I started the boss earlier that day, and then they helped me like kind of finish it with play testing and stuff like that. It roughly took about 6 hours just to make the first boss, because we had to build how strong the boss was, what level would you meet the boss, if you ever should run into the boss too early, how bad is it gonna be, alright, if we brought the boss down to about 50% health, would his new attacks change, will they hit harder? All of these things we had to take into account. And I was like, wow, what did I just get myself into? Because I was putting in a lot of hours, because remember, I'm a one-man crew. So I was illustrating the story. I was doing the, not illustrating the story. Well, I was illustrating the characters, because I didn't want to use the characters that come with RPG Maker, and I didn't want to buy any. I was like, well, I'm an artist. I can just draw characters. Why not do that? So I ended up drawing a couple of characters and putting them in the game, and how their heads will float mid-screen when, you know, you click on them and you talk to them during dialogue segments. It was just way too much, and I was like, you know what? I understand. I get why you need a team of people to make an RPG like this. Otherwise, you're going to be making this game for years. I'm talking about years. You're going to be making it. And there's so many other things that I want to do creatively, which is, you know, make animations and stuff like that, and animated shorts, and make more comic books, because that's where my talent is. It's in comic books. It was a lot. The reason why it's taking so long is because you have to take all those factors into account. You have to think about, one of the things that I noticed that I thought about when I was making my game was like, you come across those types of, and it's not just SMT, it's all RPGs, and I'm one of them. I like to grind. I like to get the best gear before I open that door that I know there's a boss sitting on the other side of it. I want that gear, and I like to be prepared for my fights. Sometimes I like to take a risk and see if I can beat it early on, but few times to none, if you got like a saving system like Nocturne or DDS did, I don't want to take that risk and get jumped back all the way to the title screen and have to miss out on all that talking that I can't skip. So that game has taught me a good fundamental of that kind of stuff. But you really have to take into account everything they have to think about. You put yourself in a customer's shoes when you're trying to make a game. You have to think about, like, okay, what if this person makes it to the boss too early? What if this person runs into this? How could we make the boss harder for the player by grinding? That kind of stuff. Or do you even want that? You know, you have to take into account all those things. That's why I think while making the game, I understand why Persona 5 took so long. I understand why Shin Megami Tensei 5 is taking so long. I understand. I get it. So the reason why SMT is taking so long is because there's a lot of things you have to take into account. It's not just design. You have to do all this extra busybody work. And there's a lot of play testing. I think me and my buddies play tested the boss that we made about... we tested it about, I would say about 12 times before we got it right. Because at one point when we first made the boss, we was like, all right, we want this boss to be hard, but we don't want him to be... Oh no, we said, all right, the boss is going to be optional. He's going to be an optional boss. You don't have to fight this boss, but he's going to be optional. How can we make this boss, like, hard? He was too fast. That was the first problem. He was too fast. Like, his, because the way our game, well, the way my Shin Megami Tensei game worked is that there was a time-based system. Like, you see those circles moving above in the corner. That was supposed to be like the timer, where when one person's face hits the top again through the rotator, that's their turn to attack. So you're working against time. But the thing is that he would hit that consecutively, like twice, before the players got a chance to do anything. He was just too fast. Then I think we were like, all right, now that we made him balanced in speed somewhat, now then he became like too weak. He didn't pack too much of a punch. And then we were like, all right, how can we do this? And we was like, all right, he packs a punch. Then we had to build like an algorithm, sort of like a program or script or whatever you want to call it, to make him, like, if you get him below 50% health or 60% health, he does this attack which damages the party for like 60% health. And I think the problem that we had with that was when he did it, he would continuously just keep hammering you with it. It was like, oh my god, he's just really, really hard. And I was like, we can't even beat him. So now we have to worry about what level our the players party would meet him so that it becomes balanced. There's so much stuff. It hurt. So we ended up playtesting it over and over and over, and we got it right towards about 1 o'clock in the morning. But we did it, and we was like, wow, this is a lot of work. All right, do you guys still want to do voice acting? There was like, sure, we'll record a couple of voices here and there, and then it was just a lot. It was a lot, but that's basically why that game is taking forever. So just bear with Atlas for a little while longer. I am sure they're gonna make something beautiful. I know it's still coming out on the Switch. I still don't have one. I'm gonna be honest with all of you guys. I'm probably still not gonna get one, only because of the fact now is that I want my sole priority to be on my comic, my manga right now. So I'm very focused on that. I don't want any more distractions. So if you guys do play it, you know what? I'm probably gonna end up with the game. I can talk as much as I want. As much as I want that I'm not gonna get this game. I'm probably gonna end up with this game and a brand new Switch. But anyway, you know, that is it. That is why the game is taking this long. I feel the pain. I feel it. Anyway, guys, just a side note, I finally got a Instagram account that you guys can check out my updates for my new manga series coming out. Also got a new Twitter, which you guys also know, and I got a DeviantArt because I should have these things. I don't know why I didn't have these things before, but I should use these things constantly when I have a project, but I'm not very good on social media. Social media is really hard for me. Even YouTube is really hard for me. Like, it's hard to keep up with that stuff. Like, you see how sporadically I come out with videos. They're just pockets. It just happens. But anyway, I got all of these things now. You can check them down in the descriptions below. I would love your support. You guys check out my work that previously of the stuff that's coming up in the future. I am going to be uploading the comic book. Once I'm on the second volume, I will be uploading my manga series Juvidora on Webtoons first. I'm gonna upload it there, and then I'm gonna get the book printed for you guys, so you guys can buy it if you want when it comes out. And yeah, so that's it, guys. I will leave a description in below. So thank you all again. See you guys later. Peace.